Today, I'm making cinnamon scrolls topped with a brown butter frosting, just like they do in the bakery. This is one recipe you want to try. Now, before we get started, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all of my weekly recipes. On that note, let's get started. All right, in a stand mixer bowl, add in 520 grams of bread flour, 63 grams of caster sugar, 1 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 2.5 teaspoons of instant yeast. Okay, so we're just gonna get in there with a whisk and combine that all together.
Pour in 200 ml of lukewarm milk,
along with 2 large eggs. All right, with your dough hook on, we're just gonna mix that all together. So here I've got 105 grams of unsalted room temperature butter. Make sure it's nice and soft. We're gonna be adding in a little bit at a time while this is mixing, just so it combines all together. All right, so you wanna let that knead for about 7 to 8 minutes until you've got a nice smooth dough. Now, if you don't have a stand mixer, kneading it by hand is totally fine.
Once done, place your dough onto your bench and shape into a ball just like I am here.
Okay, now we're gonna let that dough rest into a greased bowl for about 1.5 to 2 hours. Now we're looking for that dough to double in size, and then we can move on to the next steps. Okay, so while your dough's resting, we're gonna be making our cinnamon mixture, which is a mixture of cinnamon, brown sugar, and some soft butter. So I've got 100 grams of soft unsalted butter. I'm gonna place it into a bowl. 130 grams of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. So just using a spatula, we're just gonna mix that all together until it's a nice paste-like consistency. There we have it.
Once the dough has proofed, punch any air out, then place it onto a floured bench. Dust your rolling pin, then start rolling from the center and work outwards in even strokes. Try to keep the shape roughly rectangular and the thickness consistent. An easy way to do that is just by keeping your rolling direction straight. If one side's looking longer or uneven, just shift your focus to the other side. You're aiming for something around 48 by 32 centimeters. Now take your cinnamon filling and start spreading it over the dough. It should be soft and easy to work with. If it feels a bit stiff, give it a quick stir to loosen it up. Try to spread it right to the edges, but leave a strip clean along the top edge. That's where the dough will seal when we roll. It doesn't need to be perfect, just aim for an even layer so every scroll gets flavor all the way through. Once the filling's on, start rolling from the bottom long edge. Keep the roll snug, but don't pull or stretch the dough. Just gently guide it forward with your hands side to side. When you reach the top edge, let the dough sit on itself to seal. Once the dough's rolled up, it's time to cut the scrolls. I'm using unscented dental floss. It's the easiest way to get clean cuts without squashing the dough. I trimmed off the ends first as they were a bit uneven. Slide the floss underneath, cross it over the top, and pull tight in one motion. You get a perfect clean slice every time. Measure out 12 even scrolls, then keep going down the roll until they're all done. Grease your tray with butter, place them in evenly, and then cover to rest.
Okay, so we're gonna let that rest for another 30 to 45 minutes. We'll let those rise again, and then we can place them into the oven. All right, so next up, we're gonna be making our brown butter frosting. Into a pan or a saucepan, we're gonna add 70 grams of unsalted butter.
And keep this over a medium to low heat. You'll hear it crackle a bit as the water starts to evaporate. Once it starts to foam and the milk solids turn golden, take it off the heat. It should smell nutty and toasty. That's when you know it's done. Pour into a heat-proof jar along with all the brown bits and place into the fridge for 10 to 15 minutes to settle and cool. Once the brown butter has cooled, add your cream cheese to the stand mixer with the paddle attachment and give it a quick whip until it's smooth. Add in the brown butter and mix it through until thick and creamy. Use your spatula to get anything off the sides of the bowl. Mix again until it's all combined. Add in 120 grams of icing sugar, a pinch of salt, and half a teaspoon of vanilla essence. Then give it one last mix until nice and smooth.
Let me have a little taste. Wow. That is probably one of the best frostings I think you'll taste. Oh, that looks so good. All right, these are gonna go into a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 25 to 30 minutes. Oh man, it smells so good in this kitchen right now. So now they've cooled down for about 5 or so minutes. We're gonna spread some of that frosting on top. Oh, look at that.
Don't wait for these to completely cool down. The warmth is actually what makes the frosting really settle in. As you spread it over the scrolls, it softens just enough to melt into the swirls and fill in all those cracks.
Wow. They are unbelievable. Soft, fluffy, and that brown butter icing, too good. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that recipe. Let me know in the comments below if you're gonna give that recipe a go. It is definitely worth it. Thanks again. I'll see you on the next video.